Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night.
This will make it into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check 99. Check 99. Topper. Topper. 54. Mike's 54. Ricky. Move. Hey. Stay open.
Throwing now is Locke. The open man is Westbrook. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
From the 27, Locke. This one brought in by Jefferson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Locke now on first down. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
61, matchbox, right. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? Go get him, go get him.
Locke taking the snap at 1. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Chopper, chopper. Mike's by board. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Ready.
On the give, this is Eckler. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Check 24. Check 24. Recon 132 fight. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. 54's Mike. Go. Check 2, fellas. Let's go. Come on, the ball.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he completes it to Westbrook. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Ball carrier.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
He's not going to get me. Out. 64, weak. Rush in. Mike 5-4. Exit. Watch a slant.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Austin Eckler, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Watch the back, hey!
Block working out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That's about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play.
Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff, it's Eckler. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Exit, exit. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Let's get the ball. Go. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Get that now. Get that quarterback, D-line.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Landry now on the return. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Carr. And he'll find Hall. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
First down.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Carr now on 1st down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Solomon Thomas. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Throwing now is Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15.
Complete.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. That one caught out wide by Boykin. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
2-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Joe Mixon as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Now the try here for the point after. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
13. Steelers 3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Grady Jarrett on the stop.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
At the 28-yard line.
Second down and 7. A final shot before half for Locke. Flush to his right. Incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Set to kick off.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A handoff to Mixon, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hall. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Mixon with a first down carry. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. There on the tackle, Minka Fitzpatrick. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Complete to number
From 17 yards out, and the Ravens will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Makes the score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. Squeeze, and
From the 29. Block. He gets it to Sims. Complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A pickup of 5 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Get that ball. Get that ball. 61. Matchbox. Right. 55. Right. Hayward. So we got man. Go. Hey, check right. Watch the ball. Hey, tight.
From the 41, Locke. And that's complete. It's Sims. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
49. Check 49. It's 3, 2, 18. Chopper. 55. Mark. Right. 55. You can't block me. Seam 6. You can't block me. Mike 55. Mike 55. Yes. You got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here.
Sometimes you need a phone, one to keep your eyes open.
And that'll set them back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 26. Check 26. General. Flex.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
He's brought down at the...
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Bravo. Go. Check 55. Mike. Man, I got you.
On 2nd and 12, Locke. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here I come again. Perfect. Mark 55. I'm coming. Mike 55. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Yep. Check right. Watch it, Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Right.
Locke gonna throw. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 21. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 9, Locke. And he finds the tight end, Reed. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And 1.
64, weak.
From the gun, it's Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Open man, Boykin, he's got him. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Miles Boykin.
3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Ravens 27, Steelers 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch me.
Clock now on 1st down. Open man here, Sims complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's a game.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Locke. He'll get this to Eckler. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 52 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Box track. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Go. Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4". So don't say nothing. Sit. Check, Mike 54. Mike 54.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. A throw for Westbrook, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon, and he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
Tackle made back at the 10-yard line.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
Let's go, D. 58 to Mike. 58.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on third down. Here's Carr. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
56 to Mike, though. 56 to Mike. 6 man. Go, go. 56.
On first down, Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
56. Watch the run. Watch the run. I 7. Let's go. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Exit. Like 56. Yes. They can't hang with us. Go.
Throwing on second and long. Locke eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. Right there. 56.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Charlie.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Let's lock it. Let's go, Abby. Tell me what you got. What you got? What you got, Abby? Go. Give me something. Here we go. Here we go. Kill, kill, kill. No. Hey,
Shotgun snap to Locke. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike 56, Mike 50. Oh, I know he ain't got it. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Yeah, you tighten up. Let's go, you tighten up.
They'll go for it. It's Locke. And they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes. Von Miller. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Carr going to throw here. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Off the option, that's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Ravens 34, Steelers 5.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
5-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Locke off a play action. Rolling to his right. And this will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Taken down at the 40.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
And 7.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. We want this. Yeah. 56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check 56. Ready, go.
To throw it is Locke. Open man is Westbrook, complete. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Go. Check. Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Out of the end zone. It's now 2nd and 10.
Second and 10.
Let's go. Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Bravo. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Orbit.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Throwing again. Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
To go.
Wahoo. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Sit. I'm coming.
One final try for Locke. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Baltimore, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And now they get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA